Good morning, everybody. Namaskar. Myself, Dr. M D Ray, Professor Surgical Oncology, AIIMS, New Delhi. Today I'll talk how to control mind. That is the most important topic, I believe, because if you conquer your mind, the mind will conquer the world. So that is most important thing one has to understand, because I always tell all mind games, and we are what we eat, think and do. So most important thing is there our thought process, because the way we think, ultimately that thought process becomes the action, that action becomes the habit, habits become our character, and character ultimately makes our destiny. That is as simple as that. So we have to protect from our thoughts. What happens, if you see the literature, there are 6 to 60,000 thoughts coming in our mind every day. 6 to 60,000. So if you get caught a wrong thought, the life could be spoiled completely. There are so many examples, so many people destroyed because they got caught by a single wrong thought. Even the doctors, they became terrorists. How? Because they got caught a single wrong thought. So it can destroy our life. Because so you have to protect yourself from your thought, and ultimately we know that decision decides our destiny. All depends our thought process. So how to control our thought process, how to control our mind, I'll talk on that. What I believe, with my experience, with my study for a long time, which I have written everything in my book, The Open Secret. So everything can get from this book, which I believe strongly that there are 5 most important things are there which can help to control our mind. Because if our mind is the good servant, not a good master at all, and if you are unable to control your mind will control you. It's very, very obvious. So how to control the mind? First and foremost thing, we have to be a positive thinker. That is not for others, for own self, for own happiness, own peace. We have to be positive thinkers. If you always start doing criticism or all criticizing others and we talk negatives, it impacts us, not others that way. So you have to be positive thinker, and you have to think out of the box. So that is most important thing, first and foremost thing. Second, what I believe, that is hygiene. So we all know the cleanliness is next to godliness. That is not a word only. It's a very, very important in our life. Until unless you maintain hygiene in every aspect, mind cannot be controlled. Number 3, that is our food habit. I don't know what is exactly the Brahman, but in Upanishad it is written that our food is only Brahman. So you have to take care when you take something. So I always say the best exercise, if somebody offers to you something, you keep doing. So that is the best exercise you can do. So whatever we eat, that is 1/3 for ourselves and 2/3 for the doctors. You always remember that. So the food intake is very, very important. So I don't want to talk about vegetarian, non-vegetarian food, but I always say whatever you have, it should be purely hygienic and it should be soul food, not only the food. So that is the third thing. And fourth thing is that you have to persist your hobby, at least 2 important hobby in your life. Like most important hobby is the music. I always say what is the role of music in our life. Music has got lot of impacts on our life. So one, music, otherwise you can do the gardening or any kind of hobby, outdoor games, anything, whatever you like, which makes you feel happy, that kind of hobby you should persist. That is number 4. And fifth, that is last but not the least, that is also important, that is excess of everything you should discard from your life. So excess of everything in our life causes poison. Even excess cloth, excess anything, excess oil, everything acts like a poison. Please remember the 5 things. Again, I am telling you have to be a positive thinker, number 1. You have to maintain the hygiene, number 2. You have to take care on your food. Every times you have to think what you are going to eat. Number 4, you have to have persistent 2 hobbies, at least 1 hobby. And number 5, you have to avoid, you have to discard the excess thing from your life. Then you can control your mind, and when you can control your mind, you see how the worlds roam around you only. You can conquer the world too. Thank you very much for your patience listening. Thank you, everybody.